FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried is reportedly set to surrender to extradition. Yahoo Finance legal correspondent Alexis Keenan has the latest on this. Alexis.
Hi, Brian. Yes, now Bankman-Fried expected not to fight the extradition to the U.S. that the U.S. authorities are requesting to face the Department of Justice's broad set, really, of 8 criminal charges that were unsealed on Tuesday. Those accuse Bankman-Fried of defrauding both customers, investors, as well as lenders to FTX and its other entities, and of campaign finance violations for U.S. laws. This is coming from Reuters. Reuters also reporting that Bankman-Fried is expected to appear for a hearing today in Nassau, Bahamas, to formally waive extradition. Now, if he does in fact do that, it instead means that he will be escorted to the United States to appear. He would have to appear in court in Manhattan within 2 days. He'd be asked to enter a plea. He would also be dealing with whether he would get bail or not. Prosecutors, of course, would be expected to say, no, he should remain in custody. He, on the other turn, would argue most likely that he should be able to be free on bail. That's something that the judge would have to consider. Now, what caused this about face after Bankman-Fried had planned to fight extradition? And mind you, those extradition fights, they can go on for a long time. They have gone well over a year in some cases. It could be that the conditions inside the prison are not tolerable. This is a prison where Bankman-Fried is being held in the Bahamas. It's called Fox Hill. And recently in 2021, the U.S. State Department has cited the facility for things like overcrowding, as well as poor sanitation, supposedly rodent-infested, prisoners using buckets for toilets. So not a great place to be spending time. The Bahamas has said they have since improved those conditions. But look, also during the week, we heard from FTX's now CEO, John Ray, testifying on Capitol Hill, characterizing Bankman-Fried's handling of customer funds as, quote, embezzlement. We also saw some court documents showing that FTX's digital market CEO or co-CEO, Ryan Salome, had warned regulators in the Bahamas about the questionable transfers going between FTX and the hedge fund that Bankman-Fried also ran, Alameda. But will Bahamas authorities, will their prosecutors also fight to keep Sam Bankman-Fried there locally? That's another question that reporters are asking. The authorities there, they still have a securities fraud investigation ongoing. Meanwhile, Bankman-Fried has said he does not believe he has criminal liability. So we're watching for that hearing today, and we'll bring you more as things unfold today. Brian and Julie?
And if I can jump in real quick, Alexis, when we think about the timing, how does that timing look different in the U.S. versus proceedings in the Bahamas as well?
Proceedings for the entire case? Is that what you're asking about, Brad? And sorry, I didn't mean to leave you out there.
No worries at all. Yes, that is what I'm asking about, though. For the entire case, given that some of that timing will have to align both with the U.S. and Bahamian authorities and figuring out who takes the prioritization in their own jurisdictions as well.
Well, if he does come back to the United States, the estimates from the lawyers that I've been talking to, criminal defense attorneys, as well as former prosecutors, they say a case like this, being as voluminous and complicated as it is, that they would expect it to go well over a year. I would not expect to see even a resolution in this case, not even getting to trial really for at least that amount of time. So I think a multi-year expectation is reasonable in this case. And then, as you mentioned, Bahamas authorities, they may want to get him to be in front of their courts as well at some point, pending the conclusion of their investigation.
All right. Excellent analysis as always. A lot to keep tabs on. Our own Alexis Keenan tracking all of it for us with the FTX fallout. Thanks so much, Alexis.